Hi everyone, it's Rax. Just got done with day one of the PTR, and boy did we learn a lot. Wizards, necromancers, and monks are dominating. DHs are a little bit bugged, so we can't quite tell how powerful they are until it gets fixed. Crusaders are kind of meh, and barbs are pretty good, and witch doctors didn't really get anything, so nobody's really been testing witch doctors. But what I want to show you is the magic missile wizard. Now, you're going to notice this entire clear that I'm lagging tremendously, right? And it's not just because of the wizard. It's because we're playing the PTR on day one. Everyone was playing at the same time. So that is just causing the entire server to lag, essentially no matter what build you play. So it's not just the wizard's fault that we just get lag and lag and lag. But are you observing what is happening here? Do you see how many fire homing rocket missiles I am shooting out of my wizard? And it is just absolutely insane what this build can do. And I can't wait until some of the people kind of fade off of the PTR to go back in here and see what I can really do with this build when I can play. But let me explain to you what's happening here, because it might not be exactly what you think. So we're playing Firebirds. And Firebirds does all of its damage within the set itself. What that means is I have Disintegrate, which does fire damage, and then I have my million fire magic missiles, and those do fire damage. But guess what? That neither of them actually do any damage on their own. The way that Firebirds works is if you have a monster disintegrated, and then you hit them with any fire skill that isn't Disintegrate, then the Firebird set itself hits the monsters and kills everything. So Disintegrate is mandatory. You have to hit a monster with Disintegrate or you're never going to kill them. And then we're looking for a skill that can just destroy and hit monsters with 10,000 fire attacks very quickly. And that's where these new magic missiles come in. So it actually doesn't matter how hard my missiles hit. My missiles could hit for 10 billion, or they could hit for 1 damage. It makes no difference. It's the volume of fire attacks to disintegrated enemies that determines how much damage that you deal. And it attacks so fast, there's 20 missiles, and they home on the enemies. Makes this an absolutely killer combination. Also, if you're not familiar with the Firebird Wizard, you also have infinite teleports. So the quality of life here is extremely high. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do through this horrendous lag. I'm trying to disintegrate everything, and then all I need to do is hit them with a volley of magic missiles, and there's so many of them that they just essentially one-shot the entire screen for me. So here we go. We're trying to stay alive here. We got some very nice trash. It's nothing that a couple of disintegrates and a million missiles can't vaporize instantly. And let me take a moment to talk to you very quickly about some of the other clears. And of course, I will be posting full clears with commentary and guides on exactly how you guys can do this next season. But one cool thing that Blizzard has really done is kind of changed the way that you play these characters and these builds, right? Switching between Disintegrate and Magic Missile and doing it efficiently will make a huge difference in how well you can get these wizard clears. For the Necromancer, they actually have a super bugged build, which I'm sure Rob or Woody will show you a video on. They made the super bug build. I actually haven't built it yet because I saw just the utter destruction it was unleashing on the PTR, and we're 1,000% sure it's going to be nerfed. So I'll show you how it works in a little bit. But yeah, one of the Army of the Dead builds is so bugged. Someone already did solo 150 with it at like 800 Paragon. That's going to get fixed for sure. But their other stuff, Death Nova and the Trag'Oul stuff, is super powerful. The problem is, like with every other Necro build, it's kind of squishy. It's a little bit challenging to stay alive. But man, it packs a huge, huge punch. And they really took that build from F tier to something that's truly fantastic. And I'll actually be showing you that clear coming up here in a few hours. And then we have what is probably the strongest build, at least currently, that if it survives, and that's the new Wave of Light Monk. The new Wave of Light Monk, if you don't remember from the powers, spawns bells everywhere that you can hit to detonate and hit enemies. These bells hit so hard, it's unbelievable. As I lag to my death there, as the abominable snowman destroys me. But the bells from the Wave of Light Monk just annihilate your entire screen. But once again, the bells actually require you to play a little bit differently. Because when you play LOD Wave of Light, usually you're just spamming Wave of Light as hard as you possibly can. This does not work with the new build because the only way you can detonate the bells is by hitting it with some other attack that isn't Wave of Light. Now, you do already have one on your bars. It's Cyclone Strike, but now you're kind of weaving in Cyclone Strike onto these bells in between your waves of light. Your waves of light have to keep being casted. That way you can reset your Epiphany so your Stone Gauntlets don't kill you. And then you also have to time it with your Oculus and your Fire when you're going to detonate it and where you're going to place the bells. So there actually is a lot to pay attention to. It's kind of an interesting build. It's a little bit squishy, and it requires fantastic gear. You have to have essentially, as I just machine gun that guy down, you have to have like perfect gear. But look how long Blighter lives for. Just absolutely shredding him with these missiles. Just getting destroyed. So, yeah, so far, Necros, Wizards, and Monks are just dominating. They really are. And Demon Hunters, again, hard to understand. The strafe stuff is very weird, and that's what was going to make them good. So Blizzard's probably going to have to go back and fix that, and then we'll see how strong they are there. Crusaders, nothing too exciting to report. The Barbarian Whirlwind thing is pretty cool. I'll show you that. The Hammer of the Ancients thing is pretty cool. I'll be showing you that soon. And there'll be a lot more stuff coming. Anyway, that's a quick recap from day one. Here is the Firebird Magic Missile Wizard. We're just shredding Blighter. Get out of here. Rank 1 Wizard. Got him, boys.